My name is Emer McGowan and I am the Director of Draiocht Art Centre. We have a particular commitment to children and young people. The demographic of the area and of Fingal County is that it would have one of the highest youth populations in the country. So I suppose when Draiocht started, maybe about 2 years in, we decided that actually one of the things that we wanted to focus on as well was catering for children and young people. So because of that, we have a dedicated children and youth arts person, which is a fantastic resource to have. And that person actually runs projects and programs for children and young people of all ages in the formal education sector and also out of that. So our youth theatre project, for instance, has been a really great recent initiative, but all through the 10 years we've had a lot of contact with children and young people. In fact, we have about 27,000 points of contact with children and young people every year, so that's really significant. And I suppose one of the great things for us is that at this point, now that we're 10 years old, there are actually children who live in the Dublin 15 area who have never known life without Draiocht, who have never known life without the arts, and I think that's a really significant thing these days. And I know, funding is getting harder and harder, but for organisations like Draiocht that are completely embedded in the community, who serve a community, who are about, I suppose, giving a voice to a particular community, to individuals, to the community, and I suppose feeding into a national voice. I think that funding, it's really imperative that stays. Well, our significant funder is Fingal County Council, and they are incredibly supportive in terms of what we do. I suppose in some ways they are one of the shining lights in terms of local authorities in that regard. So even though our funding has been cut a little bit from Fingal, they have tried to stay with us as much as they can, which has been fantastic. Our other principal funder is the Arts Council, and as everybody knows, the Arts Council's budgets have been cut over the last few years. We never reached the golden 100 million that we were promised in the Celtic Tiger. We never got there. We got to about 80.2 million for the Arts Council, and now that's right back down to around 60. So there have been cuts there, so it does get harder. And I suppose the other thing that it affects us is that people's disposable income is obviously being cut in all kinds of ways. And we feel that here in terms of people being able to buy tickets, the amount of times that they can actually visit the theatre. So I suppose for us it's about working really hard and listening really carefully to people in terms of what we programme, in terms of our price points, in terms of the programmes that we run. We would always have a number of access places available. So for us it's, money can't be the barrier. It can't be the barrier to engaging in the arts. It actually is our commitment to say that we want everybody who wants to participate in an arts event to actually do that, and we try every way to do that. We do need support. I mean, the arts are really important in terms of our national psyche, and I know there is a lot of discussion, broadly speaking, in terms of the arts' importance in terms of tourism and in terms of jobs, and I think absolutely that is incredibly important. But actually it's also about the intrinsic value of the arts. It's also about what that does at a local level. It's about local people in their areas accessing high quality arts experiences very easily. And actually one of the things that Celtic Tiger did for us, I think, was that it actually democratised the arts. At the moment there's 55 venues around the country. So actually accessing those arts experiences is so much easier now. I mean, people around here can walk to Draiocht. That is an amazing thing. They walk by here every day. So actually that just makes it, all of the barriers that we all know can be there, we want to keep stripping those away. So funding for local venues like Draiocht is extraordinarily important in terms of the bigger picture of a national psyche. Well, yeah, I suppose it is just a bit of a party really, and I suppose for us again it's all about the people who live in the area. It's all about the people who've come in, who supported us, who have challenged us in many ways, who have inspired us to do the work that we do, who keep going. And the thing, because we have been actually overwhelmed by the response to the event this evening, and actually when you reflect on that, it is actually because the people of Dublin 15 feel like they own Draiocht. It is their art centre, and therefore they want to come and be with us on this occasion. And actually that is the best thing about tonight. We are incredibly excited. The President of Ireland, Emer McGowan, is joining us this evening, which is fantastic. The President has very kindly been with us before. She actually opened the venue in 2001, which was great, and she has been here another 2 times actually. She opened our mosaic project that we did with 350 primary school children, and she also came here to open our first International Children's Festival. So this is actually her 4th time. And we are really delighted because we completely understand that this is her last year of office, and she must be extraordinarily busy, and particularly the year that she's just had with extraordinarily important visitors. But so for her to make time to come here is just such an honour for us. I suppose we do feel we're her local art centre. She's just down the road in the park to us. So as I say, it's great.